The evolution of Li Xingyun starts the series as a seemingly arrogant, playful, and trouble-prone wanderer. He drinks, jokes, and acts as though nothing truly matters. But this surface hides a sharp mind, a heavy past, and a natural charisma that gradually turns him into a rallying force. What makes his journey compelling is how he wrestles with his inherited identity versus his chosen path, doesn't blindly accept his legacy as the heir of a fallen clan, nor does he fully reject it. Instead, he tries to redefine it. He learns to care not just for vengeance, but for people, for the wounded and displaced, for friends who trust him, and for a future that might not have room for corrupt dynasties or heartless traditions. Zhang Zifen and the burden of honor. Where Li Xingyun represents rebellion and adaptability, Zhang Zifen stands for discipline and honor. Yet his story is not one of rigid loyalty, it's about learning to question the rules he once followed blindly. As he follows Li Xingyun deeper into chaos, Zhang begins to understand that true honor isn't obedience, it's integrity, even when it puts him at odds with the system he was trained to serve. His combat style reflects this inner clarity, precise, clean, focused. But his inner conflicts are anything but neat. He wrestles with doubts about loyalty, leadership, and the line between law and justice. Lu Linxian, emotion and resolve. Lu Linxian, sometimes underestimated, brings emotional strength and empathy to the group. Her backstory includes pain, loss, and a complicated connection to powerful forces in the martial world. She often acts as the heart of the team, someone who reminds them why they fight in the first place. Yet she's not weak. She grows more confident in her abilities and convictions, stepping out of the shadows of the men around her. Her development is tied to themes of self-worth and courage, choosing her own destiny rather than being used as a pawn in other people's games. The Bu Liang Ren organization. Far from a monolithic group, the Bu Liang Ren is made up of diverse individuals, each with a personal reason for living outside the law. Some are disillusioned ex-soldiers. Others are survivors of political betrayal. A few are simply too dangerous or too free-minded to exist within society's rules. This diversity gives the organization complexity and realism. Some members are noble, others are brutal. Some are loyal to Li Xingyun's ideals, while others have darker agendas. As the group grows in influence, internal conflicts arise, questioning whether they can really stay united under a single banner or if they will fracture like the system they oppose. Opposing forces. The court and the martial world. Much of the conflict in Bu Liang Ren revolves around power structures. The imperial court sees martial clans as both tools and threats. It uses political manipulation, secret police, and assassins to maintain control. In contrast, the martial world, Jianghu, operates under codes of honor and tradition, but these, too, are often corrupted by greed, ego, or fear. Li Xingyun finds himself caught between these two worlds, rejecting both extremes. He challenges not only the court's tyranny but also the hypocrisy within the martial arts sects that claim moral superiority. Philosophical themes. This Donghua doesn't shy away from asking hard questions. Some recurring themes include: what defines a hero? Is it loyalty to tradition, or the courage to break it? Is justice worth the cost of peace? How many people must suffer before the system changes? What is righteousness in a broken world? Can outlaws be more righteous than kings? These questions aren't answered with clear morals. Characters make hard choices, betray each other, regret their actions, or stand by them defiantly. The story doesn't force a single ideology but encourages viewers to wrestle with the same ambiguity the characters face. Visual and stylistic highlights. The animation uses bold contrasts, light and shadow, blood and silence, elegance and violence, to enhance its storytelling. The fight scenes are not just action pieces, they're emotional climaxes that often resolve or escalate personal and political tensions. The designs of characters, settings, and costumes are heavily inspired by historical Chinese aesthetics, while the choreography reflects a mix of traditional martial arts and modern cinematic style. Later arcs and growing scale. As the series moves into later seasons, it expands into more national-level threats, rebellions, invasions, and secret wars. Li Xingyun and his allies begin to see that the corruption of the empire isn't isolated, it's systemic, rooted in centuries of exploitation. They begin forming alliances not just with other outlaws, but with reluctant nobles, exiled warriors, and commoners. The idea of what the Liang Ren stand for begins to shift, from a band of survivors to a movement with the potential to reshape the entire world. The evolution of Li Xingyun starts the series as a seemingly arrogant,